Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Thank you for joining Make It Make Sense, the show where we talk about everything and almost everything you think we shouldn't talk about, we cover here. We hold no punches. We pull the gloves off. It gets nice and bloody here. And I think that's a pause. But anyway, thank you for joining us on a Thursday. You could be anywhere and you're here. And I will post this. But first things first, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below. And then after that, hit that bell so you can be notified when I go live. I will be posting content. I haven't forgotten about the bass tutorial. That will come either tomorrow or Saturday. When I have time, I got to hook this bass up to this. I got it already. But thank you for joining us. We got a big show. I'm waiting on Damien. He should hit the green room any time soon, but I'm going to get right to it because the first things first, something happened over on Monday, I think that was, and it sent the internet into an uproar. I mean, a lot of people were upset. And that's when Facebook crashed. Now, this happens. I do IT. Every now and then something can happen. One of the servers, one of you leave your passwords or fall for a hacker, and things could happen and things will shut down. Some of you got upset and like, oh my God, Facebook is trash. Facebook is trash. And you got all upset and mad and everything, got bewildered, lethargic, and everything else. Then there was some of you who took to Facebook to shoot shots at people. I didn't appreciate that. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I was like, why are you using this time to attack people for their use of Facebook? I didn't understand that. For me, that was a little bit too much. I mean, let people be people. If they want to use Facebook and they want to do their thing, let them do it. I had people on my timeline saying stuff like, y'all all right? Or y'all need Facebook that bad? But these same people could be hypocritical because I've seen these same people promoting their own music. I've seen them promoting everything under the sun that they wanted to do for themselves, from their church, their productions, everything else. We are in social media age. So most of us use social media for a host of things, whether it be for things that I'm doing now, whether it be for everything. And here's the crazy thing. If it wasn't for social media last year, a lot of us would have lost our minds because we were cooped up in the house. And it was social media that pretty much kept us sane. You had musicians, they were putting out music that was good. You had a host of things that was going on, and I was loving it. I love creativity, and I think it amped up. And they use social media to do it. So for you to come and say social media is not, oh, I can live without social media. No, you couldn't. You, as a musician, you need social media. As a pastor, you're using social media to reach the masses. So for you to say social media, oh, you guys are linked to Facebook and you need Facebook. No, that you're going a little bit too far. I think you need to calm down. And I'm seeing a trend here where people are starting to say, if you don't do things the way I would do it, then it's wrong. I don't appreciate that either. I think you should let people be people. If they want to use social media to do whatever they want to do, that's fine. I believe that's okay. Me personally, if you want to spend your life on Facebook, that's you. I mean, I have other things I could do, but I do use a lot of Facebook. I use a lot of Instagram now. I use a lot of social media to connect with people who don't live across the street from me. And I'm not necessarily a phone guy. So social media helps me to interact with people that I may not, have time to call or to chat with. So Facebook, they leave a status or they leave a picture and we converse that way. So for you to get on Facebook and shoot shots at people, some of you, I really think you might need to sit down with somebody. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you use Facebook as a means to attack people, indirectly or directly. Every other status is you going at somebody. I think you might need to sit down with somebody. I really do. What do you guys think? I don't know. That's just me. So when this all happened, I was like, okay, something else for people to fuss about. Something else for everybody to get upset in the uproar about. And it's something else for people to make an issue when there is none. And for those of you who thought Facebook would be down forever, sad to tell you, you're wrong again. This happens. Facebook And it was an article going around where they said Facebook was going to shut down for 7 days. They will never shut Facebook down for 7 days, because even though it was only shut down for a day, the stocks was going crazy. The stocks were going crazy. So they're not going to shut down for 7 days and mess up money, because at the very end of the day, Facebook is almost $1 trillion industry. That's $1 trillion baby. They're not going to shut that down for 7 days. They didn't want to shut down as long as it was. Now, we don't know what happened. I'm sure the details will come out. I want to say it might have been a server error or something like that. I don't think it was a hack. They have so many protocols. For you to hack Facebook servers right now, you definitely got to be really, 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 really good. So I don't think it was a hack, but I do think something went down with their servers. It could have been a hack. It could have been, but I don't think so. And that's my professional opinion, being as though I'm in the industry. Okay, so that's enough with that. I was wondering why everybody wanted to go at people who wanted to get on social media or needed social media. I don't want to use you. No, that's over. So let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is, thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, man. So, in case you didn't know, R. Kelly was found guilty. He was found guilty, y'all. And those of us who were following the case, we knew that. We knew that. But what you didn't know is R. Kelly had other things in mind. He said, R. Kelly apparently has been working with the feds to bring down other people. I find this very interesting. Very, very, very interesting, because for somebody like R. Kelly to say, hey, if I'm going down, everybody going down with me, that's big. This is big news, because we don't know who's being implicated. We don't know who he's going to bring down. So him going down by himself, everybody like, oh, well, yeah, he's going down with some of you. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But now it changes the game, because now you have other people looking at, and he's looking at or bringing down the feds. If he gets a slap on the wrist come sentencing, they got somebody they really, really want. Somebody they really, really want. And mainly it will be somebody who got a lot of power, a lot of influence. And so they like, okay, yeah, this the person we definitely want to bring down. And so they'll knock off some years from R. Kelly and go after them. This is very, 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 very interesting. And it's going to be one. But I've been seeing a trend here on social media, and y'all some funny individuals. Some of you are some funny individuals, because you bring false parallels. R. Kelly is R. Kelly. What R. Kelly did was what R. Kelly did. It has nothing to do with anybody else but R. Kelly. Let me help you in another way. If you are a person that believe when somebody argues with you that you need to bring up something else, that discredits your argument, because now you bring it. It's a whataboutism. And those of us who actually know how to debate, we know we won when you start doing that. The one thing I saw today, which brings me to y'all, I saw one of the dumbest posts I ever seen. And the names have been changed to protect the innocent and guilty. Because, like I said, I won't use my platform to go with anybody personally, but I will attack your words. And so I looked up and I saw this. Rodney Seems Straight on Wednesday decides that he wants to say, if we throw away R. Kelly and his tunes, that means we got to throw away James Cleveland and his tunes at the same time. Think about it. The GMWA is where a lot of y'all got your start. And people liked it, and some people comment on it and had their little cheers and laugh. You know how they do. I'm going to say this, and I mean this. I'm sick and tired of the homophobia in church. If you feel that strongly about gay men and not playing for gay men musicians, Why don't you just quit and play R&B? Go somewhere else. If it disgusts you so badly, why do you continuously try to play for these artists? It's not about the money. We've established that you don't make that much playing gospel music. Nowhere near the money you make playing R&B. So if one of these quote unquote gay men came and called you to play, you will be on the first thing smoking on their gig. Why is that? Make a stand. Have balls and say, no, because I don't agree with your lifestyle. I'm not going to play with you because it's far beyond you judging. Well, I'm not going to judge you, but you do it all the time. Now, let me ask you, homophobic musicians, when you run searches on these memes of gay men, what pops up in your feed when the search is done? Let me ask you that. When you looking, do you see gay men? And some of you, I know. No, it's not. It ain't 9 yet. No, it's not 9 yet. But listen, when you go with them and you look at the searches, if you have your parental search off, what do you see? So you mean to tell me you did this and found the picture that was best for the meme you wanted to do? I never really could understand that. And so now we going at James Cleveland. Number one, this is nowhere near the same thing. R. Kelly was found guilty. There was evidence of him doing it all over and over and over again. The case that he won back in the day, he won off a technicality. There was enough evidence even then. But name one case where James Cleveland was tried in the court of law and evidence came out that he was molesting boys and got away with it. And he did it. What was the evidence? The one case that we know of happened after he was dead. And they just settled out of court because nobody wants to lengthy church. Now, do I know James Cleveland you may have been gay? I don't know. I didn't sleep with him. But I'm sure some people would say, yeah, he was gay. But for you to throw this up and say James Cleveland, this is the same thing, it's not the same thing. Number one, I'm Generation X. We don't listen to James Cleveland like that. And I know the millennials don't. And I'm pretty sure the zennials don't either. So when you say, are we going to stop listening to James Cleveland, who are you referring to? The baby boomers who don't listen to R. Kelly anyway. So the comparison is dumb. You do anything if you want to. If you want to listen to R. Kelly, fine. But don't attack those of us who say, no, that's too much. I don't want to hear his music. Not me. I know how to separate the two. But don't go at those people who were disgusted at what he did. And now you want to try to pull in everybody because you want to feel good about your decision. That makes you may be a little wacky in the head. It may be wacky. No, I don't have coronavirus. You may be a little wacky because you've taken one thing and taken it to the extreme. And then when I was looking at some of these threads, y'all want to come throw in all the gospel artists that y'all think are gay. Why do y'all care about what some other man's doing with his penis? Why do y'all care? And I ain't even talking about the ladies. The women pretty much silent. They like, yeah, whatever. I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly and they going about their business. It's the men posting about whataboutisms about other gay men. Why do you care? Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. Because now it just seems like we just going on with it. But anyway, R. Kelly will be bringing some people down with him. But I'm going to say this, and I say this, and I said it again. Everybody who took money from him over the years, from the management to whoever else that knew what was going on, including the parents, and even some of the girls, the women, not the girls, you did do that. That was horrible. But some of these women, come on, y'all, you know good and dang on well, some of these women just, they when the money ran out, they was gone. Now here we go. He molested, he abused me. He did this and that. Where were you before? Oh, that's right. The money ain't here no more. Right? Is that what it is? Yeah. We gonna move on from that one. But yeah, I think it's gonna get real interesting. R. Kelly flipping with the feds. Now, let me ask you, what do you guys think? Do you think he should work with the feds? You think he should let it go? I personally think he should bring the whole disease pizzle down with him. But you tell me what you think real quick. Do you think R. Kelly should roll on them and tell and work with the feds? Or do you think he should just be quiet and take his years and take his lashing? Real quick, tell me what you think. I agree. I agree, Lakeisha. I think all the parents need to go down with them because they were complicit. They actually took money. I'm telling you, the Chicago one, the Illinois one is going to get real ugly because that's where most of the dirt was done and that's where most of the money. That man, listen, they're about to put him in jail for the rest of his life. He is not going to go down alone. I wouldn't. If it was me, I'll take the whole clan with me. I'm like, you as a business manager, no, you ain't. You're going to be inmate number 91J461. He's gone. I believe he's gone. That dude gone, but I think he shouldn't go down alone. Woo! And that's where I get that from. When he I listen, I'm about to move on, but I watched Trapped in the Closet. Something told me just watch it. I was just entertained by it. This is gonna sound real crazy, and I know y'all because everything that's gone on, whatever. But when I watched that series, I know going way back, but that was pure genius. Trapped in the Closet was pure genius. I know he did his thing and everything, but yeah, that Trapped in the Closet, that was pure genius. The way he put episodes 1 to 22, I didn't really care for it after that. 23 to 33, they was stupid. But 20, I don't know why he just didn't finish it. The story left us hanging because he had the package and then it was over. I felt like he had a few more in him. I wanted to know what was going to happen in the end. I wanted to know what was going to happen to Rufus. I wanted to know what was going to happen. And that run he did, the midget, dude, that run he did, it was super long. And then he said, whoo, dude, that was so fun. That was genius. Now, honestly, answer this question. Had R. Kelly not been a pedophile, not been all jacked up, right? Did he have the potential, just listen, to surpass MJ as the greatest male vocalist or pop singer ever? Did he? Did he have the potential? Because I'm looking at some of the work he's done, his hits. You know you got hits when people still want to play your music after you did some of the most horrendous stuff ever, and people still want to play your music. To me, I don't know. Because he wrote songs for MJ. His songs were on MJ's records. That's something, y'all. I don't know. Had he not got in trouble, we don't know. He had pedal jams. He had jams. He just had jams. That My Body Call. Y'all know y'all got smashed up to that song. Those of you who were in Generation X, some of y'all millennials, y'all know that song did some things to you. I think so, Lakeisha. He was definitely, listen, some people gonna watch this when I post it. They're gonna say, no. I think so. I really, really think R. Kelly had the potential. I didn't say he was there because he got into some issues and everything, but he just put out hits after hits after hits after hits. The only person we knew that could do that in pop music was Michael. Now, he should rot in jail and then rot in hell. But his music, that's going to live on beyond him. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I just don't think he should go down alone. I would think it would be a disservice because after everything that happened, you mean to tell me he was he did everything. He pulled all the strings. I don't believe that, y'all. Yeah, I mean, it is cringeworthy now. Now, Having said that, let's go somewhere. How many of y'all actually cringed back in the day when Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out? How many of y'all actually cringed when that came out? Seriously. How many of y'all, when Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, because it went number 3 on the American music charts. It went number 3. Age ain't nothing but a number, yada, 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 da. That song went number 3. Everybody was singing that song. He in the back in the cut like this. I'm like, what in the world? Everybody knew something was wrong even there, but it didn't stop them even then. And it wasn't, and here's the crazy thing. It wasn't, in my generation, it wasn't men singing that song. How many times, and I'm not just, listen, let me tell you right now, everything he did was wrong. But it was mostly girls, not women, saying, Age ain't nothing but a number. I like them older. That was the thing back then. That was crazy, y'all. And that song went big. Thank you, Rashawn. That was a hit. It was an absolute hit, but I'm looking back at this saying, whoa, why is it that, and my cousin, I don't know where he is, but he brought up a good point. He said, it seemed like when it was, if a man, we weren't doing that. If a man, if I was, say for instance, like these young teenagers, and y'all think it still don't happen, it does happen. They go with older men. They picking them up from high school, taking them out. When you drop them off, it does happen. Let's not be stupid. But I like old men. They mature. Y'all like children and this, that, and the other. Now, had that man, if a man wrote a song saying age ain't nothing but a number, would it have gone big? Answer that question, and then we can move on. If a man had written age ain't nothing but a number, would it have gone number 1? Would it have gone number 3? I think it cracked number 18 on the billboards. But if a man have written it, would it have done that? Why was it that it was okay when it was a girl singing it and it's not okay when a boy sing it? Because we had different names, Chester the child molester, all that other stuff we would call these men if they wrote a song like that. But Age Ain't Nothing But a Number did well. Kind of make you kind of think, don't it? Well, anyway, I didn't want to spend that much time on that, but yeah, that's I don't know, y'all. That was this whole thing just makes me just because I like his music. I actually like his music. That Not Guilty song, even though that was for some other BS that he did, but that song blew up too. The one with Jay-Z. Y'all, there were gospel songs that had that as the bass line. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. There was a bass line in gospel songs. And he was saying he beat the charges of molesting a girl. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. They were literally writing songs. Now, none of these were actually mainstream. I don't remember any mainstream gospel, but I definitely remember some local gospel CDs or whatever, because I listen to a lot of underground CDs. I don't just listen to the majors. And so I remember a bass, because I used to love the bass line. I still love the bass line to this day. But looking back in retrospect, that song was about him beating charges of molesting a 12-year-old girl or sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl. That's you just can't make this up. You just can't make this up, man. So at what point do we stop in church? Let's go to church, because I'm about to move on to the forgive segment. Why are we so starstruck? Where we'll allow people to attack our artists, but we will defend the most gruesome of people who are not claiming to even be Christ-like. But the artists that serve you and give you music and you listen to every week at church, you play it, musicians, why is it that they get a harder time but you will defend your boys, your Kanye's, your Snoop Dogg's, why is that? Maybe y'all can answer it. Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. Make sure you hit that notify though. But put it in the comment section. So I want to see. I want to read. I can't see the good and and I can't see it either. I honestly can't. I mean, one good deed. It was one part in I think it was in New Jack City, even though it's a movie, when Nino Brown was giving away turkeys to the community. He was still a ruthless killer. But people would look at that and say, man, he did this. Just because somebody does good or they do some good things doesn't mean that they're a good person. And I think that's where we're going wrong. We're conflating his great run as a music producer and writer and performer, and we're saying, oh my God, we need to leave him alone. No, we don't need to leave him alone. He needs to go to jail for the rest of his life. Because had that been my daughter, we'd be going upstate. Well, I'd be going upstate. He'd be going down somewhere with Clarence Williams. Welcome to hell. That's where he'd be if it was my daughter, because I wouldn't take his money. But I'm not in their position. This is just me. And I think they should go to jail for whatever the reason. You don't take money. You don't pimp off your daughter. You just don't. You don't trick off your children. Jay-Z was hitting Coco Brown. And that's the thing. Yo, Rashad, that's what I think is going to come out. That's what I think is going to come out. It is going to come out that he's going to start dropping names. I'm telling you, it's about to get real interesting. I think y'all just need to pull up your straps and get ready, because it's going to be one. It's going to be one with this R. Kelly situation. It's going to be one. I'm just saying. I just think it's going to be one. Nobody says a word. And the thing is, because we're in love with their music, we're in love with their fame, their celebrity. It seems like the more money you got, the more church people will back you, especially musicians. He's not going to call you. He's not. You're not going to play for any of them. So you can defend them to your dying day, and you're going to end up calling me or in my inbox, Derek, could you put me on the gig? The answer is perpetually going to be no. I'm not putting you on. So play R&B. He might end up dead. He might. He starts saying the right things. He might end up dead. I wouldn't put it back. I wouldn't deny it. I wouldn't be shocked either. And I'll probably be like, in other news, R. Kelly was killed. Everybody be like, they're gonna be like, R. Kelly, he was killed. I'm gonna be like, who? Okay. His songs will live forever. I'm just saying.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I'm just saying. Anyway, let's move on. So let's go while you're here. The real reason why you're here, because I posted it about it, and you guys, listen, we need to talk about this. Last week, my cousin and I, we tackled a subject about FU. And I kind of went at Maddie Stevenson about it because, I feel like it's getting out of hand. I did see a video where it sounded like the dude said the B word, but he didn't actually say the B word. He said offense. But the fact that we thought that he said it it's a great testament of where we are as a church now, where people just saying cuss words out the yin yang in the pulpit. I don't think he said B. Now, listening to a friend of mine, she told me he might have said this, and I went back and listened to it. He did say offense, but it did sound like he said B. But that's what we are. But the F word meant forgive. But we all, come on, if I walk up to you and say F you, you ain't going to say forgive. You're going to be like, well, F you too. I mean, it's going to be one. Especially if I'm in the hood, they're going to throw them rakes, and it's going to be a problem. It's going to be one. Damien finally decides to join me. Welcome, Damien. It's dark. I can't see you. But anyway, so let's get on this forgive thing. This forgive thing It's a touchy subject. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think we got it wrong. I'm just being honest with you. I think we got it wrong as opposed what I'm feeling, what we think forgiving is. To me, I'm going to bring Damien on. Damien, are you there? I can't see you. You dark. Are you in the car? Wait till you get home. Wait till you get home. I can't hear you. Hold on.
I'm not driving. So I'm fine.
I would rather you be on set.
Dude, I'm being I want to hear this forgiveness, so I want to get in there.
All right.
I want to hear your thoughts on forgiveness. Let me hear what you think.
Okay, well, my thoughts on forgiveness is this. Okay. I think sometimes we put ourselves in a position where we are setting ourselves up to be hurt over and over and over and over again. I know people tell you you should forgive them, and I absolutely agree that you should forgive people. I believe that everybody that hurts you should forgive them. But see, there is a but here.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Damien.
Uh-huh.
What happens if you sin unrepentantly?
Then I go to hell.
Okay, so you believe that? You are church guy in Christ. So yeah, you believe that. Okay, so is God a hypocrite?
No.
So God is not a hypocrite, right? So God's
not a hypocrite.
For sinners?
Huh?
Does God forgive unrepentant sinners?
Does God forgive unrepentant sinners? No.
Yes. So why are we asked to do so?
Well, because first off, you're already forgiven at that point. All you're doing is saying you're apologizing. And the apology isn't even for the person you're apologizing to. The apology is actually for you. Because sooner or later, because if you do something, it's too much energy for me to continue to walk in the fence all the time. So sooner or later, I'm going to end up letting that go anyway, because it's too much energy of me. I'm wasting too much energy on someone to walk in the fence of them for them to walk in the fence of me all the time. Every time I see them, they get a negative reaction. That's too much effort. So I might as well just let it go anyway. So that apology was never for me in the first place. That apology is more for the other person. That apology is more for, if I apologize to you, that's me trying to let it go. That's me trying to let it go off of me for the stuff I did to you. But that apology, if you know what, because no matter how people apologize, no matter what, you got to forgive them anyway. It's the way you feel. So you got to let it go. See, we have forgiveness as I control your forgiveness. I don't. You the only one that can control it. Because even if I apologize immediately, you still got to be that person to say I forgive. So when God say you have to forgive and you have to say I'm sorry, that's more of you being humble, of you humbling yourself than it meaning anything. Because I'm ultimately the one that can either say, whether you say I'm sorry or whether you don't, I'm ultimately the one that have to say I have to let it go.
Mm.
Because the only weapon that you have, the only thing that you have that could fix the situation is I'm sorry. You can't rewind back time. You can't erase my hurt. You can't do anything. Only thing you can do is say I'm sorry. It's ultimately up to me to say whether I'm gonna let it go or not. So whether I let it go or not, it's independent of your I'm sorry. It's independent of you saying anything. That's on me. That's how I look at forgiveness. It's on me. Whether you apologize or not, it's still on me. So sometimes I just let it, you just let stuff go. Because we so busy trying to figure out if somebody meant I'm sorry, if you didn't mean that I'm sorry, that probably didn't mean that. So, you know what? That's just too much energy on my end. So I just say, you know what? Just let it go and let's move on. Now, I want to hear your thoughts.
I think your thoughts are well laid out, but I think they're flawed. And I'm going to tell you, because everything you said was predicated on how you feel. And true forgiveness is not predicated on how you feel. Because, for example, if you take my car, you know I love Anakin, right? If you take my car and you recklessly wreck it, you come back to me and you say, D, I wrecked your car. and you say, man, my bad, I'm sorry, Derek, I'm gonna pay to get this fixed, right? You made amends, right?
Right.
I'm still mad that you wrecked my car, but I'm gonna be like,
Right.
it's cool, whatever. So, but if I went by how I felt, I wouldn't forgive you. You see what I'm saying? But the premise, and I got a point to make. The thing is, where we get wrong, the Bible is clear. If your brother sins against you, it's methods to this. If your brother sins against you, it didn't just say just forgive him anyway. There's no scripture in the Bible that says you should forgive somebody that just because it's for you. No, letting the pain go is for you. That's not the same as a pardon. You see what I'm saying? So a pardon, me excusing you for what you did to me letting the pain go, which we all know time will heal. You know, that's different from when you say, oh, well, I'm going to forgive you and it's just be bygones. Because let me get to the point, and it is a good point. I made this especially for you, Damien. Let's get to it. There are steps to forgiveness. There are steps to true forgiveness, right? The first is acknowledgement, which means the Bible is clear. I either, if I feel like you did me wrong and you ain't came to me, like say for instance, in the instance where you wrecked my car, you said, D, my bad or whatever, I'm supposed to go to you and tell you you did me wrong. And then at that point, you don't come and say, oh, if I offended you. No, you did offend me. We acknowledging that you did wrong, right? That's the first step.
Okay.
It's you repenting, which means you had a change of heart. You were contrite. You had a change of mind. You said, look, I'm going to make this right with you. You see what I'm saying? That's a change of heart. That's the second step. That's the most important step, because we are forgiving people who ain't even asking, who ain't trying, because these people may be your enemy. Now tell me in the Bible where it says you should forgive your enemy who ain't asking. It's not there.
And when Jesus was on the cross, the first thing Jesus said, before the Jews could ever say, I'm sorry, he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now, Derek, whether you tell me, huh?
Who was he talking about when he said that?
He was just talking about, you know what? He was talking about the people that were hanging them. They were hanging him. They were putting him on the cross. They said, because I didn't do anything. But this is what it is. And a lot of times we walk in offensive people, they don't even know they did anything to you. See, what you're saying is if I wrecked your car and I tried to make amends, I know I did it. And now what I'm talking about is if I've already apologized and when I say my apology, that means you've done everything that you could do. When I say that, that's what I mean. Derek, if I wrecked your car and I can make amends, I could buy you a new car. I could say, I'm sorry, this and that. It still is ultimately up to you, because you could walk on the fence anyway. Say, well, if you wouldn't have wrecked my car in the first, because people could walk on the fence anyway. Sooner or later, you have to be the one to let it go. It don't matter what the other person do. You have to let it go.
Educated on your feelings. That's what I'm saying. I'm supposed to forgive you when you say I was wrong. I'm sorry. At that point, I'm supposed to forgive you, which has nothing to do with how I feel. You see what I'm saying? But the acknowledgement part was, I just said, if you didn't know, I have to go to you and say, you offended me. And then sometimes we get left in this thing where they say, if I offended you, I'm sorry. And I said, no, you did offend me because this. And now it needs to be some kind of repentance, some contriteness that says, okay, well, I'm sorry, let's move on. And then the real forgiveness, me pardoning you, not my emotions. My emotions is not tied to my forgiving you. Those two things, and they are not mutually exclusive. I can forgive you and be peed off at what you did. You slept with my wife, but you said, Derek, I was drunk. This. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. It will never happen again. I am supposed to forgive you. Now, most likely I will. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be real heated at you. But I'm supposed to forgive you.
One guy told me, we were talking about this, and we asked him, I said, what about forgiveness? He said, the first step of forgiveness, you have to give up. The first step of forgiveness, the very first thing for ultimate forgiveness, you have to give up your right. And I said, give up my right. He said, you have to give up your right to be angry. And that's true. I have to give up because see, sooner or later, if I'm going to truly forgive you, I have to give up that right. Because if you will say I'm sorry and I'm still mad, and I'm saying, all right, man, it's cool. Sooner or later I have to let that go. And that's my thing. When you say ultimately, how do I forgive? Ultimately, to forgive, I have to let it go.
But is
If
that
I don't,
forgiveness? Letting it
uh,
go. So you're gonna pardon him. You're gonna
if I
pardon him.
don't, if I never let it go, I'll never truly forgive you because I will always feel some type of way when I see you. Every time I see you.
I don't think so. I don't think so because at the end of the day, it's like when you tie emotions to it, that's when you stray away from what forgiveness is. You can't tie emotion to it. You gonna still, if I push you down a flight of steps and I say my bad, it still may be a few months before your arm heals, but you still have forgiven me. There's still gonna be pain from what I pushed you. You see what I'm saying? So those two are not mutually exclusive. That's not predicated on how you feel. That's the problem. We keep throwing them together and saying how I feel. Well, you are not right now. No, I asked you forgive me. I brought it to you. I said I was wrong. So we going against the Bible now. The Bible said you're supposed to forgive them.
But that's the thing. If I'm at that point where if I'm at that point that I'm not in a place to forgive you, then guess what? Because that's me. That's me. That's on me. I've had a situation where me and my brother got into it. And he went to apologize. I don't want to hear nothing he had to say. I wasn't in that place to forgive him. He asked me, he said, man, I kiss your foot if you want. Dude, I'm not in the place. He said, I don't want to hug you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not in a place to forgive you. Then it falls on me. If you came in, so sooner or later, forgiveness ultimately falls on the person. Because I could say, man, we cool, but in my heart, I know I didn't forgive you. You know when your heart, when you don't. You could say it's cool, but you know in your heart, just like you could tell somebody, say, I'm sorry, but they didn't mean it. Like people say, you didn't mean that. You could tell when you know you didn't mean it. All right, man, it's cool.
Oh, wait. So when you said it's cool, did you go out and plan your revenge on them?
Oh, I wanted to, Derek. I did.
Your feeling. So you didn't.
I wanted to. I had him. I didn't want to say nothing to him. Then when I got home, I had to look at myself and I said, he did everything he could do to make this right. Sooner or later now it falls on me because I have to be the one to let it go.
It's the Bible. That's what happened. He went to you contrite, trying to make it right.
No. I went to him. See, that's the thing. When I came to him and told him what the problem, because he said
forgiveness, though.
He said what he said. He didn't want to really hear what I had to say when I was talking to him. He was about to walk away. Somebody stopped him and said, "You better listen to what he's saying." So he had to. So it was blowing up. Like this was gonna blow up. He tried to at that point he tried to apologize, but at that point in time he got to apologize. I didn't want to hear what he had to say. I really didn't. I didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. He apologized so many times, and so many times I didn't want to hear him. And I left. We were at church. I left the church saying I don't want to hear nothing that dude got to say to me. I don't say nothing to me. When I got home, it became on me because you done everything you can do. So if you do everything you can do to apologize, if I choose, because the forgiveness is a choice. If I choose not to listen, sooner or later, if forgiveness is a choice, that means I have to choose whether to forgive or whether to hold on.
Right.
So it really don't matter what that person does. It really falls on you because you have to choose. Because regardless of what you say, it's still, no matter what they say to you, it still falls on you. And that's all I'm saying. Now I agree. I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying that's how I look at it. I look at it as saying, how does forgiveness work? It falls on you because you have to forgive. You have to forgive because if you don't, that stuff will stick with you so long, and it'll gnaw at you, and it's just too much energy you spend. You spend too much energy trying to walk in that. But it throws back on you.
Here we go. Like I said, for me, it's totally different. I mean, you cannot. I hear what you're saying, but it's always predicated. You said it's on you. Well, really, if they asked, like you went to whoever and you asked for forgiveness, it is on them, which means they didn't follow the biblical principle. You did what you were supposed to do. The biblical principle, regardless, it didn't say nowhere in that scripture, if you mad at them, wait. It didn't say that. It said, if they come to you saying, I repent, forgive them. That's what it said. It is clear as day. Clear as day. And how many times? We all say 70 times 7. That means 70 times 7, they messed up, came to you and asked for forgiveness. You're supposed to forgive them. That's what biblical forgiveness is. Like I said, my only issue is when people say, I just had to forgive them when they not asking for it. And then you wonder why they keep doing the same thing over and over. Because if a person keep doing the same thing and worse to you, then they're not looking for forgiveness. They actually are becoming your enemies, which you are supposed to love, which is to say, biblically, I'm not going to try to kill you. I'm not going to try to retaliate. I'm not going to do nothing else like that with you because I love you. But I'm not going to offer you a pardon when you're not asking, because that's not. Now, I don't have to, and I should not ever harbor anger in my heart. But time heals all wounds. But you learn how to let stuff go. But it's that forgiving part. That's the part that we don't get right, that the Bible is clear on. Now, if you want to go around and forgive unrepentant people, fine. But God don't even do that. And he didn't ask you to do it. So that was my point on that.
Well, look, all right. So look, all right. Well, you go ahead. I'm gonna jump on the computer. I'm about to get on the set. So I'll be right back off.
All right.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, that's what I was saying, y'all. It was not that. I don't feel like real forgiveness is predicated on how you feel. And I feel that that's where we go wrong. That's why this one person or these two people, every time you turn around, they setting you up for something. They putting you in mess. They doing this. And every time you be like, nah, I forgive her. I just got to forgive them. Why are you forgiving these people that ain't asking? I didn't say you got to go beat them up and do evil towards them, because now you breaking the commandment. He told you're supposed to love your enemies. But you don't just go around offering, because if that's what we are asked to do, then why would God ask a mere human to do something that he's not going to forgive unrepentant people? He's not asking you to. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion based off of what I've read. And numerous times it said, if he repent, it was always that condition of this forgiveness. It was always that condition. Acknowledgement, repentance. And I didn't even get to the third one. Then you forgive. You pardon and forgive after the first two criteria have been met. The Bible was clear. If he repent, forgive him. That's what it was clear. So y'all tell me, where do we get this? I'm just going to forgive him because it's for you. Where is it said that? I mean, if you can show me where in the Bible say forgiving them is for you. See, this really kind of adds to this elitism and this individualism that goes on in church. When you say it's about you, you are not God. It's no help build you up to just forgive them when they did something wrong, they ain't asking. That doesn't help you. It actually hurts you, if you ask me. Because if I know I can get away whatever I want to do with you, and you just gonna keep on forgiving me because you think that's the Christian thing to do, you make an excellent servant for me. And I'm going to unleash, because you just going to keep on giving me pardons. And what ends up happening is you get to this boiling point when then you let this go over and over again. There was never no true reconciliation. There was no real talk about, look, this is what you did. It hurt me. When you do unleash, it's going to be really bad. It's usually really bad. When you finally look at your life, we all know that one person. We know that one person that no matter what, they just do stuff to just irk you over and over again. They telling people lies about you. They spreading stuff about you. They setting you up, getting you fired from your job for lying on you. Everything evil they can think to do. And you just say, I'm just going to forgive. I'm just going to forgive them. I'm just going to pardon them. No, well, here's the thing. Reconciliation, that's not, I don't even see that written anywhere. But I mean, I would think that would go hand in hand, I guess. But it's really your brother. Well, I guess when they talking about your brother, I guess they assuming that your brother in Christ. So there should be some form of reconciliation there. But I would think during this time, which is important to the first steps are so important, because without those first two steps, if they are sincere, repentance does require them to be contrite, which means they are really humble in their approach to you. You can you can feel somebody being sincere, or when they just blowing smoke. You know it. You know it. You know when they really been sincere. We all know that. We be like, Cap, you're not real with that. You're not. And so I'm thinking that's part of it, which is why you should have the first two. I acknowledge, or you acknowledge you did me wrong. You are sincere. You are saying, I'm going to make this right. I'm never going to do this again. Whatever y'all say. At that point, you're supposed to forgive them. And you ask how many times as it takes. We can have a whole little Bible study on this and how this applies to marriage, because we all know some things happen. That would be a good subject. How many times do you forgive in marriage if your husband or wife acting up? That'll make a good subject. But I always see this. I hear this all the time from friends and family, and even my cousin, when he gets back on, he feels you should just forgive him. Just let it go. No, you let go of the pain. You let go of the anger. You let go of the bitterness. That's not the same as you saying, it's cool, bro. No, it's not cool. You slept with my wife when I went to work. Here's the thing. If they're not even acknowledging that they're doing it and they don't even feel sorry, when you go off to work again, guess what? It's a huge chance that this same person gonna be right back in your bed because you keep forgiving them for stuff that y'all not even talking about. You mad, y'all blow up, but he's not saying, I won't do it again. The Bible's clear. If he don't repent, you're supposed to bring somebody else with him and talk. If that don't happen, you go get the elders, y'all talk. If that don't happen, does the Bible say you forgive them anyway? What does the Bible say you do with an unrepentant person? What does it say? I mean, I wouldn't argue with that. I mean, I think reconciliation is a time. It's a process. It is. Reconciliation is a time. It's a process. But me pardoning you and forgiving you, that could be instantaneous, because think about it like this. No matter what we do, we can come to Christ and say, please forgive me, God. Please forgive me, God. And we know, because the Bible says he's just to forgive you. He's going to forgive you. You come repenting. So we should try our best to follow in the footsteps of Christ. We should try, give our best, study to show thyself approved. That's what that really means, by the way. It don't mean read or study. We can have a whole discussion on that too. But yeah, so in that point, reconciliation does take time, in my opinion. These are all my opinions. I do have scriptures that I support. I'm welcoming you to bring scriptures to the contrary. I think it's in it was in the Old Testament where it was saying you shouldn't hold anger in your heart. There's something to that effect. I mean, that's a good practice. That's not something you should do. But my anger towards you will subside whether you apologize or not, or whether you try to make amends with me or not. But I don't know you are a friend or a foe until you actually ask me to pardon you. You ain't looking for it. My enemies, what makes you different from my enemies who are seeking to do damage to me as well? You supposed to be cool with me. You my brother, you my sister, but you won't come to me and you won't make an effort to make it right. You just go on with your life. Do I forgive my enemies and lie? My enemies hate me. They want me dead. Do you walk up to your enemy and say, I forgive you? They be like, okay, pal. I mean, how does this work for you? I mean, I feel like this is a discussion that needs to be had. Now, I'm just throwing these things out here because I see it all the time. And then the bad part about it, the same people I see doing that, they end up right back where they were before, hurting, in pain, because they keep forgiving people who are not asking. You just can't do it, y'all. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm waiting on Damien. Because I'm anxious to hear. He's jagging me around. Wait, is that a pause, y'all? I'll get at a pause. But yeah, nevertheless, that's what I'm gonna bring it up again so y'all can see, those of you who joining us. These are the steps to true forgiveness that I laid out before you. These are the true steps. These are the steps. These are backed up by scripture. You know, you have to repent, and you can't repent unless you know. The Bible says if you have an ought against your brother, you're supposed to go to him. So that eliminates he didn't know. I went to you and told you. So there's an acknowledgement that you need to have. I did do this to you, Dean. I'm sorry. Then that's the repentance part. Now I have to forgive you. That's not a prerequisite. I don't get to play God and say, well, I'm gonna wait till you prove yourself. I'm not God. God told us that when they come to you asking for forgiveness, you're supposed to forgive them. These are the steps. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Because here's the thing, without these steps, you don't have this. You don't have that. You need these other steps for the forgiveness to happen, to take place. And really, honestly, when you can make amends. No, I was saying, what is your definition? Hey, Lauren, I was saying, what is your definition of true forgiveness? What is your definition? And why are we saying and I said that if God is saying we should forgive unrepentant people who sin. Sin simply means a transgression. When you sin against God, you transgressed against the law. Now we can ask what the law was. At that time when that scripture was read, it was the law of Moses, the Mosaic law. That was a transgression against the law. But a sin is when somebody transgressed, they do something against you. So if we are called to forgive unrepentant sinners and God is not, or if this is the standard, then there is no hell. So everybody can, just do what you want to do. Live your life to the fullest. Live it like it's golden, because you're never going to go to hell. Because after all, God is forgiving everybody. Everybody's forgiven without asking. Hurrah! Atheists, welcome. People who blaspheme, welcome. Right? There is no hell, according to y'all, forgiving people who ain't asking. So how does that look? If God is now this is me speaking hypothetically, and you know what I really feel. But God is so benevolent that there is no hell. But now he shows the opposite of benevolence by saying you as a mere human, you have to do what I'm not doing. You have to forgive unrepentant people. You have to forgive them. Somebody's trying to log on. I don't know. So you tell me what you think, y'all. Am I right? Am I right? I mean, Damien would say I'm not, because Damien is emotionally driven. Welcome back.
What am I saying you wrong? Yeah, what am I saying you wrong about?
No, you feel like it's about me. I mean, it should be, forgiveness is for you and everything. I say letting the pain go, letting the anger go, letting all that bitterness go is for you. Pardoning somebody who ain't seeking it, that doesn't help you. That doesn't.
But see, it does and it doesn't. I mean, and I hear what you're saying, and I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying about the person not saying I'm sorry, and you pardoning them. But see, I'm doing it because it's too much energy. It's too much energy on my end. Every time I see you, I'm mad. Every time I see you, I'm looking at you and you walk, and the person that you haven't pardoned, they walking by like they happy. Like they look like that blockhead behind them. They walking by that like they happy. They just walking by like they having a good time and they smiling and laughing and joking and this and that. But you're sitting there and you're the one bound up and you're the one. So sooner or later you have to forgive. You have to let it go for you. You have to let it go, not even emotionally, just physically. Just let it go. Now, if you don't want to do nothing with them and deal with them no more, that's cool. But let it go for you, because you'll find yourself just getting more and more bound up and wound up, and now your blood pressure high and everything, your hypertension, everything else, because I'm mad at this person all the time. Too much energy. You're giving people too much power over you. If you just let it go, you cool. That's just how I look at it.
And you looked at it again from an emotional side that I covered.
I look at it from health. I look at it from a health side. Because man, you mean got an ulcer and everything else, trying to got an ulcer, trying to hold on to something because somebody didn't say I'm sorry. I'm gonna still hold on to that. No, I'm not.
No, because we established that they can say I'm sorry, and you still could be mad at them, because the pain doesn't go away instantaneously. We know that, and that's virtually impossible. Right. That unless it's a misunderstanding, that pain that they caused you ain't gonna go away. And I said ain't gonna go away overnight. It's not going to go away. But your forgiving them should be instantaneous if they come and say, I'm sorry, show repentance, be contrite, be sincere. Now, you don't have to wait on that. You went to them, you told them your issue. If they don't want to, you went back again. You trying your best to reconcile this situation. You went back with the elders, the church, and everything else, and they didn't. What did the Bible say, Damien? What did the Bible say you're supposed to do with that person? After you went to them, after all of that time you went to them, what did the Bible say you're supposed to do to them?
What tomorrow? Tomorrow go to them and them alone.
You went with them alone. Then you came back with somebody else.
Right.
Then you went to the church. You went to the elders. You went to the church. What are you supposed to do after that?
That's when you just leave them alone. No, you leave them alone because
you treat them
like
the heathens and infidels.
But that's what I'm saying. But if you I
don't want nothing to do with you.
But that's the thing, though, Derek. That's if I went to them and I went to them, they didn't apologize, and I treat them. But that's the thing. I moved on. Regardless of what you say, you move on. That's
emotionally.
I move on. I don't have to deal with you no more. If I came to you and I said, this is the problem, I forgave you. I move on. The thing is, you know you did this. The reason why you could treat them that way is because they know now that they did it. They're going to walk in that. But it's not. Now, if at this point, Derek, when I left you and I treated you like the heathen, that means I've left you alone. I'm not bothering you. I've already told you this is what you did. You don't want to apologize. I told you what you did. Let's move on. At that point, I'm already moved on. Now I'm done. I've already moved on because I've called you. I deal with you like the heathen you are, and I moved on. You're walking in that. Now, if you want to act right, and if you come and apologize, the apology is fine. I've already moved past it. Your apology is cool. You already apologized. You cool. Regardless of what happened, I've already moved on. Hey, Tony, I've already moved on. And I'm on my own. I'm already doing my own thing. Sooner or later, it's all about the forgiveness. Is all about you. Regardless of what you say, the forgiveness is still about you.
That's what we really bump heads, because you say, "Show me in Scripture where it says forgiveness about you."
Okay, so I have to go back and I have to go now, because you know me, I'm gonna do research. I'm gonna do research because that's how we do. We do research. So next week we'll be talking about forgiveness again.
I already came locked and loaded, so
I know, but see, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you already did, like you had this topic already locked and loaded for you. I
knew this already though, because
what I'm saying, I'm telling the people that's listening, he had this locked and loaded for him. See, so now I'm walking in the fence because he didn't tell me he had his research already done for all this. He had his research done.
You don't have to come ready.
So he already had his research done for this. This topic is hit. Everything he's saying is hitting me today. So next week I'm gonna come back because we're gonna talk.
Come on, you supposed to know this though. So basically, you telling me you threw out stuff that you didn't know.
No. I told you.
Now,
You
man,
ask me.
y'all, Damien is the one that has the degree in law. In
No, I told you. Now from a legal, now if you're going from a legal standpoint,
no,
now
there
if
is legality. Yeah,
if you're going from a legal standpoint, legality means is it really don't matter if you say I'm sorry or not. The punishment is the punishment. Now you can plea bargain. And you could get off of you could get
I'm glad you said that. Not to cut you off, but I'm glad you said that. So me forgiving you, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, when the president gives a pardon, that's basically he said, I'll forgive you, right? That means I'm no longer going to punish you for what you did. So that's what I think we missing. We think forgiving is like this wonderful thing where I just let you feel joy. No, that means whatever you have.
But let me say this, Derek. Hold on, not to cut you off, because I need to fix that. He could issue a pardon. Legally, he could issue a pardon. The pardon is not good unless the person accepts the pardon.
That's true.
So I have to accept it. So again,
the person don't accept it,
then the punishment still stands. The punishment still stands. So again, it falls on the person.
You keep saying that falls on what person? The person seeking forgiveness or the person that's giving?
Now, if you tell me that you have an issue, and I forgive you, hey, look, man, I forgive you, man. I want your forgiveness. That's now, but guess what? The pardon is out there. You just got to accept it. The president and that person can move on. They can move on and go about their business. They can move on because I've already issued it. You have to accept it. Now, if you accept it, once I issued it, whether you accept it or not, it's already been issued. My part is done. I issued it. Now it's up to you, Jay, whether you go accept it or you go walk away from it. But so when you say I'm walking as a he, I've already issued the forgiveness. That's why I can walk away and treat you as because I've already issued I've already done my part. It's up to you to accept it. If you don't accept it, then you walk off and do your thing.
But why would somebody ask you for forgiveness and not accept your forgiveness?
But that's the thing. So now if you said, because see, you went legally, and legally, the person is not the one asking for the pardon. The lawyer is the one asking for the pardon.
They just give it, don't it? They don't.
No. Somebody is petitioning for the pardon.
Okay.
They don't just issue the pardon. Somebody is petitioning. Just like we saw, we just saw this in the last presidential election when Trump lost. He pardoned all those people. Well, the problem was the people that he was pardoning, they had an end with him, and they were asking for that. And he issued it, so the people were asking for it, and they issued it, and then they accepted it. So that's the part. That's the way the pardon process works. Somebody asks for it, then you issue it, and then they have to accept it. If they don't, if the lawyer asks for it and then get issued, and the person that is affected, I don't accept his pardon. Guess what? The punishment stands. The punishment stands. And now, if he accepts the pardon, nobody is to bring that case up against them again. And that's the part of forgiveness that we forget. If you issue the forgiveness and I accept the forgiveness, nobody is to bring that up against me again. Because whenever somebody gets issued and they accept that pardon, you can't bring that case against that person.
Right.
That's the problem. That's the part. Now, if you want to talk about forgiveness, that's the part that we lack on. We lack that part of I forgave you, you forgave me, we moved on, and now if something else happened, don't bring up this again because we've already got past that. But see, we don't never get past it. Soon as something happens, so you always do this. Remember last time you did this, like you said about your car. Now I wrecked your car. I bought you a new one. I forgave. I apologize. I bought you a new one. We done. So something happened again. Yeah, see, Danny, you do this all the time. Remember you wrecked my car? No, we don't bring that up no more because I already fixed that situation.
That's not terms for real true forgiveness.
Yeah, so that's not true forgiveness. And that's the part. Now that's the part people get stuck on. People get stuck on, I forgive them, but I will never forget. And see, when you don't forget, and I'm not saying, look, nobody ever gonna really forget what you, but But what it means is don't keep bringing it up every time we get into an argument. You bring up what I did. So those are forgiveness. That's the forgiveness aspect that we don't talk about a lot, but we talk about. And I agree, Derek. And that's the thing. I agree with what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. I understand. We just butt heads on who the forgiveness benefits. But I understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from.
The true forgiveness should benefit both, because you gained a brother. You know, if they repent, you know, and you forgive them, you've gained a brother. And so
that's true.
It's both of them. So you really, and like I said, it's this hyper individualism that sometimes we fall privy to when we say it's for me. It's really your mode is not to really build you. Your mode should be to reconcile with your brother so we can build together. You see what I'm saying? So if I've just forgiven you to build me, then it's still this me instead of us. The body of Christ is not me. The body of Christ is us. So if my brother sins against me, even though I forgive you for me, I still lost a brother. So my mode should be to reconcile with him. So together, when Christ looks at us, we the church without a spot of wrinkle, which means we built this thing. We've made it work for us, and we became a stronger body because we got through this. That's why the scripture is laid that way.
Now, one thing we have as a community, though, and I heard some of the show earlier, and I was trying to get in. One of the things as a community we've done, pause. One thing we've done, though, is we forgive. Sometimes we forgive the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because now I know for a fact, I heard you earlier, we're talking about the R. Kelly thing. We have forgiven that dude so many times for stuff he did. And Derek, tell them, you know what, Derek, and I hate to go back. Y'all know I hate to go back, but I missed it. Why don't you tell them the story about? Why don't you tell them about the story about us seeing him at the studio?
You was there when we did that?
Yep.
Okay, so I think I said this. We were in the studio and we were doing my church record. And
we've been there playing NCAA. Remember NCAA football?
NCAA. I was actually in the booth at that time.
Yeah, you was in the booth, and I was playing NCAA with somebody. Yeah. I just want you to remember I was there.
But so I'm in the booth and I'm recording, and in walks, was it 2 or 3 girls? Mm-hmm. How old did they look though? I thought that they were teenagers to me.
Yeah, they were young. They were young.
They look kind of young. They didn't look 15. They looked about like 18, 17,
18. I mean, 16. Yeah, so, you know, and they were in that 16 to 18 range. They weren't too much older.
They were young. And so I remember they came in, they looked inebriated though. They looked like they were drunk. And so they came in, they was like, how long you gonna use this booth? And I was like, well, I'm almost done, because I forgot what I was doing in the booth. And they was like, well, I'm almost done. They was like, okay, cool. Because they, you know, and no, they left. And then they came back, and that's when the girls came in. And I remember looking at Carl like, what's going on in here? And they went in there and laid down, shut the door, and left. I was like, what?
And then we went outside. That studio, and he was looking at us like y'all better not say nothing. Him and the security, and we was like, you know what?
Yeah, it was. And Demetrius was there too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know Demetrius. He used to live next door to our church. R. Kelly been to the church a couple of times.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We forgive and see, you all think because we say that we don't think he's gonna do all that. You know, I feel like R. Kelly should spend the rest of his life in prison, not jail, prison. Yes, wholeheartedly, I feel like R. Kelly should spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah,
but here's the caveat: I just don't think he should be there by himself.
Yeah, I said that.
Now, and he'll work with the feds, and everybody calling him a snitch or why he doing this? Why shouldn't he? Give me one benefit. You tell me one reason why R. Kelly shouldn't work with the feds. Because if it was me, I'm telling too. Because y'all ain't gonna keep on canceling me. Y'all ain't gonna keep on talking about me. If I'm going down, I'm like Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people down with me. Because because all these people around R. Kelly allowed him, and they served these children up on the platter for this man. So you might as well tell it. because they were so quick to cancel Bill Cosby and Bill for stuff he did in the 70s. You think? And I saw somebody say, "Well, Jay-Z knocked off Coco." Tell it.
He knocked off who?
Somebody put in the chat that Jay-Z knocked off a
15-year-old. 15.
Yeah, so tell it. Tell it. I mean, he knocked off Beyonce. And if y'all think him and Beyonce the same age, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to say you guys. Whoo.
Well, he probably was messed. I mean, but that's why R. Kelly's become dangerous, because he knows where all the dead bodies are buried. Yeah. So he's gonna definitely, if he know he can get some significant time taking off his sentence, he's gonna sing like a canary. But I'm gonna tune up my guitar and play, because I don't think you should go down alone. I think you should go down. Oh God, I think you should go down for a long time. Yeah. But alone, no. Like he was like Al Capone or some junk like that. He had a whole lot of help, and he didn't think that of it by himself. He's not that bright.
But I'm gonna tell y'all this, and y'all heard it. Y'all heard it on Make It Make Sense first. R. Kelly will not live another year.
Whoa.
R. Kelly will not live another year. Anytime somebody goes and they're about to expose something like this, it just seems weird that they find themselves dead in a jail cell. That happened with Jeffrey Epstein. That happened. That he has a madam that they talking about trying to get some information for child. And she, he won't live. They will not. He will not live long enough to tell that story. And when y'all hear it, it's gonna be y'all say, "Man, they said that on that show." He will not live another year. Well, folks, they would not allow him. They will not allow him to bring all that down, because he know too much information, and so he won't live another year.
Well, since you here,
go ahead.
Since you here, we got one more thing to talk about. We've got a couple of more things to talk about before we jump off of here. But the NFL is, that's coming. The NFL is here. All the games, man, they've been lit like crazy. Oh no! Wait, did I put it in here? Oh no!
What you missed?
I got it. I got it. It's gonna come in here. But what do you think about this subject right here? Let me show you the people before we get there. Man, I gotta find it. Where you at? Oh, this story right here. Whoa, this story best be up. Y'all ready? I don't know if y'all know about this story, but check this out. This dude, now man, the dude in the pink shirt sitting down is Urban Meyer, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are undefeated in losses.
You know what? You stupid.
They undefeated. But this chick that's dancing on him, that's not Mrs. Meyer. That's some other chick that's dancing on him in the club. Now, I gotta ask Damien while I go dig up something real fast. Damien, should he be fired for this?
Should he be fired? Should he be fired?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think he should be fired. Well, you know what? I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be fired just because it's punishment enough coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I don't think he should be fired. But no, look. My thing is, should he be? But the leash has gotten shorter, and it's gotten very short. Because the fact of the matter is this: you should never. Your team has not won a game, and you at the club partying. And like you said, that's not Mrs. Meyer. And so you're trying to tell them we're changing the culture and this and that, but the culture is the team is flying back home and you over at the club. And so, and just give you all some kind of let you all know. So the place they're at is his restaurant. It's his restaurant. He owns that place that they're in. And so, and he's from Ohio State. They were in Ohio. They had just played. I think they had just played the Bengals. And so he went to his restaurant while his team was flying home. He went to his restaurant. While he was at his restaurant, this woman came up on him and danced up on him and this and that. But should he be fired? I don't think he should be fired. I mean, he's a grown man, and he's a grown man, and he's out. You know, it wasn't like the girl's underage, and he didn't break any laws. He didn't do anything. It's just it was a very bad look. I give you that. It was a very bad look. But I don't think he should be fired.
I think he should be fired, Damien.
Why?
I disagree with you because number one, that's the last thing you need is a coach is a distraction from a team that's already struggling. They're already 0-3. They playing horrible. That girl that danced on you with everything that's going on in the world, you gonna choose that to air? I mean, and that didn't look now. Had that been me, if I miss Mrs. Meyer, I'm like, dude, what in the world? But we don't know what Mrs. Meyer looked like. Ooh, that's another subject. But yeah, nevertheless, that girl that was dancing on you, you don't need that kind of trouble right now. You 0-3. You got a scandal to go with it. Yeah, he out of there. If they lose, they play Sunday. Don't they play Sunday?
Yeah, they play Sunday.
If they lose Sunday, he out.
Him that's why he gonna win no game. They in scandal. First off, let me say this: they had a scandal going anyway because they're trying to figure out if he gonna leave and go to USC. So that scandal was
South Carolina.
No, it's USC. Southern California. Yeah, the Trojans. Yeah, because they just fired. So they trying to figure out if he gonna leave and go there anyway. So he already got scandals going on.
He wasn't ready for the NFL, man. He wasn't ready.
So my thing is, I don't think he should be fired for doing something. It's not like he broke the law. Now, is it a bad look? Yes, it's a very bad look. He's already apologized and he talked to the team, whatever. But firing him ain't gonna do. Okay,
it wasn't me.
So this thing though, Derek. Okay, let me ask you this:
what me?
If you fire him, what damage is it doing to him? What damage is it doing?
Well, I mean, if you fire him, it's doing okay. As far as college, nothing. Well, it can still because like they're gonna look at him sideways because even if he does go to Southern California, which is LA, if he goes to the LA area and he's found in a club, will you be lined up with some other young chick rubbing her booty up against your balls? I mean, what? I mean, that's something you need to consider. So I think it does hurt some in the long run.
The thing is, Urban Meyer he's Teflon because he's always had controversy, even in college around him. If you go back to some of his college, he had, you know what, when he left and came to Ohio State, he had recruiting violence. He had all kind of violations going against him for that. Then he came to when he left Florida, he had violations. He went to then he came to Ohio State. He left Ohio State right before they got. So him getting over to Jacksonville, he had things in Jacksonville. When he went to Jacksonville, remember he hired that strength conditioning coach that he shouldn't have hired. So he always has
this though, bro.
Dude, this is nothing. This is him. This is more of a conversation between him and his wife. Because it's not like he recorded it. It wasn't like he recorded it. It wasn't like he put it out there. It wasn't like he was like, look at me. Somebody recorded him they recorded him in his restaurant. It wasn't like he was just in the club. He owned that place. That place he owns it.
Did he own her back pocket jeans?
And I'm pretty sure she knew who he was, and she was dancing. She was dancing on him, and he was sitting there. And if you look, go back to that video, you see his hands are in between. So he's keeping her from grinding on his junk, but he rubbing.
No. It looked like he was inviting that on his balls.
No, I ain't going there. Go back. See them arms? Them arms are protecting his junk.
Here's the thing, Damien. We don't know what his hands at. He could have been cupping. We don't know. That don't look right, bro. No, Damien. No,
I ain't going there. I'm with you, Urban. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
I can't read his comments. Where he at? Oh, you said him.
I'm with Urban. You ain't did nothing wrong. Come on, man. Go on, coach your team.
His hand is in the glories of glory. That looks like player. Somewhere where it shouldn't be. That's why his hand is there. He filling up all of that, and she ain't even on rhythm.
No, she ain't on rhythm. That's true.
This chick
ain't on rhythm.
Get down. At least let it be somebody that know what she doing.
Yeah, she ain't nowhere near on rhythm. She just out there.
No, man, that don't look. I think he's gonna get fired, and I think justifiably so.
Nope,
I think
I
he
don't think
needs
so.
to pack his bags. I think he needs to go somewhere. I think he should have taken the South Carolina job because they seem to be down for that. I don't think he's gonna do well because I think Urban Meyer, the mystique of Urban Meyer is over. It is over. Everybody's figured him out. He had a horrible year leaving Ohio State before he even went to Jacksonville. Horrible by Ohio State standards. You know,
he wasn't. No,
championship that ain't good enough in Ohio State.
No, let me see. Oh, what was his last? What was his last year? Ohio State. He did what?
Wait, I know he lost. I think they got smoked by Bama. I think they got smoked. They didn't beat Alabama. Listen, for the record, nobody's beating Alabama. The only team, which brings me to this, we didn't even talk about that. But just real quick, Damien. So, Damien, question. Do you think anybody's beaten? I don't think nobody's beaten Bama.
Yep, Georgia.
Georgia's the only team. It's between them, and even though Penn State about to lose Saturday. I love my alma mater. I'm a Penn State, go blue. But I don't think we could beat Iowa. I'm a realist. I don't think we're gonna beat Iowa. But it really don't matter because it's really between Georgia and Alabama. And
I love Georgia's defense.
But they play before, so they may not be 1 and 2 anyway. But they'll both make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
they both make the playoffs.
Yeah, that Georgia looks so freaking good, but Alabama does too. Yeah.
I haven't seen Alabama, and the thing is, I haven't seen Alabama play anybody. And I haven't seen Alabama play anybody. I saw Georgia shut out because remember Georgia, and we know who Clemson is, but we didn't know who Clemson was when Georgia beat them. Clemson was ranked high.
No, I knew they lost Etienne and they lost
Trevor Lawrence,
who was on my fantasy team before I let him go. But yeah, they had him. But now you lose 2 of your most important parts of your offense. That's pretty much a wrap for you on that regard. So yeah, man, Georgia. Dude, if you are a Georgia Bulldogs fan right now, you should be cheering. That team looks really, really, really good. That's a team. That's a dope team right there, man. I just want to touch on that college, man, because really right now it's just between those 2 teams.
Yeah, I don't see nobody beating them 2. Now, if you ask me who else could beat them besides Georgia, I couldn't give you an answer because I see no one. I mean, I watch on Saturday and I don't see nobody putting anything close to what those 2 teams putting out there. So they're going to, and the thing is, they're going to meet in the I think they're in I think they're the SEC.
I think they got to play later.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the playoffs.
They got to play
they got to play each other.
Each other in the season.
No, I know. I'm saying for the conference championship too. They got. See, the thing is, they play each other in conference. Yeah, they're the same conference.
I think they're on the same side though. I got to check it, but yeah, I know they play in the season, and that's
that's what I'm saying with you. I'm with you, Derek. That's what I'm saying.
Let's go here real quick. We got to move on. But are we watching the fight Saturday?
I don't know.
I'm going to Wild Wings to watch that fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Let's see what happens. But dude, guess what happened, Damien?
What?
Guess who started?
Finally.
That's all I got to say. Good job. I thought that they was gonna flip the script on that and make him sit the bench or whatever because he wanted Dalton to win. But now they come to their senses. He may not give you a better chance to win, but you thinking long term with him, that's the best choice. What you think?
What happened was, and let me tell you what happened. And you know what? And next week, Derek, I'm gonna show you. Because next week I'm gonna have to get the videotape of what happened with this. Because what happened was somebody gave Matt Nagy a call and say, "Hey, Matt Nagy got done with that. Matt Nagy got done with that press conference." He's like, "Yes, Andy Dalton is quarterback 1 and Justin Field quarterback 2." and then he got a call. I'm gonna show you. I'm about to show you how that call went. Next week, I'm about to get the video and show it to you.
Yeah, you got to show me that.
Yeah, I'll show you that video. We'll talk about next week. I'm gonna show you that video. I got the video, guys. It's a Make It Make Sense exclusive. You gonna see that? You gonna see the video call that they gave Matt Nagy. That told Matt Nagy, hey, we need to talk. And he came upstairs and he had to make that. The press conference. Justin Fields is the starter.
Yeah, dude. I think that was good. I like the move. I think if it was me, I would have made that move a long time ago. But looking at the throws he's able to make off the run, the Jets, I mean, they blitzed him, right? I mean, I don't think was it the Jets?
No, the Lions.
Detroit. They blitzed him straight up, right? He curled out of that. And on running off his back foot through a zipper that coasted over the dude's head, but it was so fast. The casters, the dudes that were calling the game, they were like, dude, that was crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. Listen, that had to be, that's when I was watching that game. I had just came in from church and I saw that play and I was like, there's no way. I see something so great in him. You give him maybe just a little bit of blocking. That's gonna be a lit team. Y'all watch out,
What did you see different from this week in Cleveland?
The Cleveland defense.
Not just the defense. I think the play calling was so different.
He let the other dude,
Bill Lazor called those plays. And he started to, because when I watched that Cleveland, remember I told you when we talked about that Cleveland game, I said it was bad play calling because they never play action pass. They didn't do anything. They dropped this dude back 5 steps, and Myles Garrett was like, come, yes.
Yeah, but they was trying to make him a pocket passer, and Lazor was giving them bootlegs, you know what I'm saying, them rollouts, and so he was able to make better reads, and they actually did throw some screens.
Yes,
it was the Detroit Lions, but we all know, watching college football as much as we do, we know you play those games. You done got your butt smoked by Alabama, Georgia, or one of those SEC teams. You look up, you seeing Grambling State. You like, okay, now this is the real game we gonna see. We gonna practice on these guys.
Right. This is because Detroit is nothing but a scrimmage. And they said we at Appalachian State this week. We getting ready. Ready.
I don't know. Appalachian State.
Yeah, Appalachian State is the truth now.
Yeah, they legit now. I mean, maybe they was playing like Bowling Green. Well, not even Bowling Green. They was playing like Tennessee State or some junk like that.
Yeah, they there now. But they gonna be there now. So I'm with you.
Let's see what happens. I'm anxious to see what's gonna happen. But I was excited to see that because he didn't get hit. He didn't get hit nearly as much. He didn't really get hit near as much, but speaking of hits, Damien.
Yeah, let's see.
What's coming up, y'all? It's my favorite segment of the show.
Yeah.
Every time I see that
dude is always the dude for me. That dude right there that's talking to him. It's always that dude.
Yeah, like stay down, bro. Dude, this game of the Dallas Cowboys actually. DeMonte Casey, dude. Damien, you ain't gonna really see this. You gotta pay attention. Watch this. Oh, Jesus.
And look, there go the flag.
Yeah, but woo! Look at this hit. Do you think, y'all, look at this hit? Was this a flag? Should this have been a flag? Ooh. I don't know about that, Damien. I don't know about that one.
In today's NFL, they call it hitting a defensive receiver.
I don't know.
In my NFL, that's just a good hit.
I gave that hit a 5, bro.
Dude, that's good. That's a good 5. That's a good 5.
Hey, y'all watching this? Y'all watch it later or whatever. Those of you watch it later, when you get to this segment, tell us. I like to know, and I am inviting you. If you see a hit that happens on Sunday, y'all got those of you who follow me on Instagram, hit my inbox. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, those of you who follow Damien, hit our inbox. We'll post it. If it's a hit, Send it to us, you know, it ain't just gotta be us, you know, that's posting the hits, but I give that one a 5.
Yeah, I give that 5 because he was in the air and everything. I gotta give him
a flag. Do you think that was a flag?
No, I don't think in today's NFL though. In today's NFL though, they're gonna call a flag on that all the time. But in our NFL, they called that, man. He said, man, you just got hit.
Yeah, you got jacked. And that's why they don't really do that show no more because, you know, they actually trying to stop all the men. No, let them hit. It's a man's sport. You know what I mean?
It's a man's game.
I know we got to go to basketball and get out of here. We are going to get out of here. But, Damian, I saw something today that was crazy. I couldn't even get the footage of it or make any, you know, bells and whistles with it. Damian, I saw this dude, this transgender woman, which is a man, fighting in full contact. I'm gonna send it to your inbox.
Yes.
Send it to your inbox. Y'all, listen. That man rocked that woman.
Is that fair?
Is that that ain't fair?
Now, I'm asking people here, what do y'all think? Is that fair? Because if that's my problem with the LGBTQ community, whatever.
No, wait. Let me stop you. You wrong. It's the LGBTQ plus the 1, square root of 4, carry the 9 under the base root of 4. You now go.
Because when y'all say, well, they're transgender, so they're not considered a woman no more. They're not considered a man, they're a woman. This man who's a transgender, and now they consider her a woman, is fighting in the cage against other women. Yeah. And she is rocking them.
Man, dude, that was hard to watch. I can't believe what I was seeing, y'all. That was so. Listen, I have never seen Damian. That was bad. It was like he was just rocking this chick, and I'm like, and the referee just sitting there looking like. I'm like, would you blow the whistle? I mean,
it's like that Rocky 4. Throw in the towel.
He's like, throw in the towel. He's like, no, I'm enjoying this. Like he let this woman get beat like that was his ex-wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. Listen. He was really hitting that woman with some bad intentions.
Right.
Bad intentions. And I don't care. I'm all for equality because I think mentally we are equal. You know, we are equal. Physically, we are not equal. You should not step. That's not her fault. She thinking she fighting a quote unquote woman. Right. And so she stood up in there, and look, I don't know who that chick is, but hey, you know, I give you all the love in the world because you stood in there. I would have been like, I ain't finna fight this dude. He was throwing some lefts and rights on her, and every punch he was throwing on her was connecting. And it was, man, she got in the ring with a French roll and left with braids.
Ali, Boombaye.
No, it wasn't Boombaye. They were speaking in English. Kill that dude.
That's my issue. My issue is don't put these transgender in there with naturally born women, because see, a lot of times what you see happening in sports, and this is in sports, we see it happening. A lot of these people are getting the surgery just to get the upper hand, and they're getting the upper hand. Their upper hand physically in track, weightlifting, wrestling, all these things, they have the upper hand,
right?
And so they're dominant. They're dominant. I saw a track and field runner that was transgender smoke the competition. Derek, she was over there on the sideline getting her shoes off when they was crossing the finish line. That's how fast she was running. Like, dude, y'all can't do this. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get your surgery, do you, boo-boo. You be you. You do whatever you want to do. But you can't compete in this. You're not competing in these sports. You can't compete in sports. Now, if you say, well, no, y'all discriminating, it's not discriminating. I'm protecting the one. Do you know he could have killed that woman in that ring?
You sure could.
And he was, and trust me, he was on his way to, because he wasn't stopping. He was knocking that. I saw that. He was like, boom. And like you said, the ref didn't even jump in. And so with that being said, Derek, before we go to basketball, and I know we don't have a teed up.
In basketball, you gonna love it.
Wait, before we go to basketball, let me ask you this, just Just real quick, who you got in the fight Saturday? Wilder or Fury?
I got what? Stop. Hold on. My phone is going off. Yeah.
I want to see who you got.
I got Wilder.
All right. I want Wilder to win, but I think Fury will take it.
I don't think so. I think Wilder. I don't know. I just when I watched that press conference today, he just got this chill about him that, like I'm about to handle my business, and so
I want him to take it, but I think Fury. I just until I see Wilder box, I think he's gonna have a hard time.
I think it's gonna be a good one. That's why I'm saying I'm not. I plan to go watch it. I'm not gonna watch it here. I'm gonna go out to probably Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere and watch it. Maybe one of my friends will buy it or whatever, and I'll just pitch in. But I think that's gonna be a good fight, man. But let's check, dude. Let's go.
All right, let's go basketball.
We only got one to talk. Well, 1.5. So they're saying this guy. Yeah, all that junk. I got all this stuff going on. Let me break this big pause. The question of the day is, will this guy play? That's the question of the day. Will Kyrie play? What you think?
I think he need to be traded. I think he should be traded.
And who are they getting? Okay. Who they gonna get in his place?
I would, you know what? Somebody said something. I would, and I've thought about this. I would trade it for Ben Simmons in a heartbeat.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Why not?
Because, dude, Ben Simmons?
Derek, yes. And I'm gonna tell you, let me say why I say this. Think about it now. All right, so in Brooklyn, because if you're saying from whose perspective, are you saying from Philly's perspective or from Brooklyn's perspective?
Brooklyn, I don't want Ben Simmons.
I would, because think about the thing I look at with Ben Simmons is the problem that he ran into in Philly was he's not a point guard for them, but they don't need Ben Simmons to be a point guard in Brooklyn because they have a point guard. James Harden is a point guard. Oh, he ain't doing all that in Brooklyn. He ain't shooting them threes and nothing else. He's there to play defense because he's still an elite defender. He's still an elite defender as far as who he is. And so he's an elite defender. And that's when they run into a problem.
Here's the problem, though, with your theory. Will Philadelphia want him? Because he can't play. It ain't just Brooklyn. It's not just Brooklyn and California teams that's going to do it. Eventually, a lot of the teams in the NBA are going to do that vaccine mandate, which makes him a liability. So why would a team want to take a chance? And I guess you're saying, well, you weren't going to get enough of Ben Simmons anyway. But that's a win-win for Philly, and they're not gonna give up Ben Simmons for that. I don't.
Well, my thing is, if you're saying that, I don't have an argument for that. I don't have an argument. I'm saying from what I see now, from what I see them doing now, I can only go with what I have now. I don't have it for anything else because I don't think that you should. I don't think I would trade them. I mean, because you got to trade them. Because it doesn't make sense. Because you can't depend on you for right now. You know for a fact. See, what you're saying is it might happen in Philly, but you know for a fact this man can't play for at least 43 games.
41.
43. You got to think about 43 because the reason why you got all his home games, but he can't play when you play Golden State in Golden State.
Oh yeah,
so that's 42, and you can't play when he played the Lakers. That's 43. And Sacramento, that's 44.
Yeah, that's more. Yeah, that's you dang near up at 50 almost.
Yeah, so that's 44 games. You know he can't play.
Yeah, Clippers and the Lakers.
Yeah,
that's like
right.
40.
So that's 45. So
46.
46. So these are games you know this man can't play. So at this point, you're saying, and then you have to take into account that Kyrie Irving stay hurt.
Yeah, that's not. I'm saying Philly not gonna do this trade.
So no, I'm just saying from my perspective, this is what I'm looking at. I can't say for sure. I don't know who you could trade him to right now. He's so much because he's damaged because he don't want to take the vaccine. And look, and the Clippers right. He don't want to take the vaccine, and he don't want to. And then he don't want. And then he made the statement: "If you trade me, I'm gonna go retire." he makes it hard to pause, but he makes it difficult to trade him.
You missed all the good women friendly content.
Right. Well, we just got to sports now. We have women friendly content all this way.
We closed on sports. We you about to go back and watch it when we talked about the other stuff, sweetheart. So
yeah, but that's so when you're looking at it though, you're saying to Kyrie, what is it that you're supposed to do? You know, and so him and Wiggins, you know, Wiggins had this kind of stance. He said, well, they made me take the vaccine. No, I didn't make you do anything.
Wait, that's what Wiggs said?
Yeah, Wiggins said, I guess we're not in charge of our own bodies. They made me take the vaccine.
Nobody made you take that. Oh my God. These people know my
he said they made me take the vaccine. I didn't make you do it. You could have went home.
Decision. I respect your decision. You grown. Listen, everybody, nobody, and see, I think that's what's being said. They making us do it. Nobody's making you do anything. You make a choice. You know, you can either do that or you can start your own business, Wiggins. You know,
right.
You could go open up a grocery store or home food, or you could do, you know, an anti-vaccine store where you could come in here without masks and everything else. I mean, nobody said they make you. That's foolishness. We're gonna come back to that, but we need to get to this real quick, and then we can come back to whatever we made. Tony, if you want to have something you want to say, we can go back to it. We can go back to Hit of the Week. I love Hit of the Week, Damien. You know I love Hit of the Week. I'm trying to find it. Oh, check this out, Damien. You ready for it? Be blessed. Yeah. My team.
Ooh.
My team. What you think about the Bulls, man? What you think about them?
Dude, I really just had this conversation. I literally just had this conversation in the barbershop today because you know I'm a Laker fan and my barber is a Celtics fan. But I was telling him, I was like, you know what team look better than both of them? The Bulls.
Dude.
Oh my goodness.
I need LeBaron. He's not on here, but when I see him, he normally comes to the center. And when I see him, I'm gonna be like, yo, LeBaron, dude, you was right. That dude ball with that team.
Yeah, I try to tell y'all.
Rim, they was gone, dude. They were, dude. I said, dude, I wish I could. I know he's busy right now, but dude, I'm gonna talk to LeBaron. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, hey, I know y'all Lakers fans and Nets fans or whatever. Yeah, I know Sky is in Chicago, but you know, Rashawn, we don't care. It's more people on this live than it is at that game.
Dude, but no, they waiting to see who they play.
Huh?
They waiting to see who they play. They play.
You're gonna probably face Phoenix.
Yeah.
And now I might have to watch that because that's gonna be Candace versus Brittany.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
Watch that. So I'm sorry, Rashawn. I am gonna watch. We do care. So if Phoenix goes, I'm watching. If the other team go, who is a fan? Las Vegas.
Connecticut Sun.
Oh, so who won between Las Vegas and Phoenix?
No, Phoenix versus Connecticut. Wait, isn't it Phoenix versus Connecticut? I know Phoenix is out there. Or is it the Las Vegas? It might be Las Vegas. You're right. It might be Las Vegas.
Yeah,
look, that's how much. Look, hey guys, for real, that's how much we just. We don't know. We don't even know who playing who in the
WNBA. I'm telling you, they need to lower that rim. Now I saw. Shut up, Derek. But yeah, they need to lower that rim. And yeah, I saw some.
Okay, Sky beat Connecticut, right, so right. It is. So it's Las Vegas.
Phoenix. So Phoenix. I would please God, please let it be Phoenix because that'll be. I would watch.
Phoenix got a squad now. Hey, we don't care too much.
Candace versus Brittany.
That you got Diana Taurasi over there.
Listen, this is what we need in WNBA. This is what we need. We need a good superstar filled finals. That'll be good. That'll be good for the league. I think so. It's not the same as Las Vegas goes. It's not the same. It'll be better with Sky and Phoenix. Yes, it will be an epic matchup, Isaac. I agree. And I'm telling you, listen. I'm all for that. I'm still saying Lord of the Rim, but if you could get Candace versus, please God, please, if you could
that
get
would be a matchup.
versus Brittany, I'm all in for it. I'm all in.
That would be a matchup that we will watch.
Yeah, I definitely would watch that.
I might even go to a game, Derek. I might even go to a game because I know them tickets don't cost nothing about $10 in a bucket of chicken.
Man, you could probably get in that game for $3 in Harold's. Nobody go to them games, man. Look, it's the playoffs. Nobody's been at those games. Where do they even play? What do they play?
You know what? This is how you know nobody goes, because Phoenix had to change that. Phoenix ended up having to use the Sun Stadium because they couldn't get in their stadium because the Ice Capades were there, and they told them they weren't letting them in because they wasn't moving the Ice Capades for that game.
The disrespect. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all people that's coming on, so you know when I'm going live. Okay, make sure you should hit that subscribe button. But yeah, dude, when I saw that, I was like, the disrespect that they just showed them is ultimately.
Dude, they can't even get on the plane. Like, they don't even have no plane. Come on, man. Like, come on. Yeah, somebody could donate. Yeah, somebody could donate me some floor seats.
But yeah, you know what, Damien? They probably could donate you some floor seats with some Krispy Kreme. You know, you could probably get in for some Krispy Kreme Snicker bars. You know, ain't nobody care. You might show up. They might be like, man, just go on, man.
Go to the game. We don't even care if you got tickets. We just go to the game. So
we happy you walked in, and that's a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, you know what? If Phoenix wins, if Phoenix versus the Sky,
yeah, it'll be Phoenix versus Sky. Yeah, let's try to go to war.
Thursday, we'll go live at the game. We'll do live from the game and see how that works. But yeah, so this is the show, y'all. We try to make these things. We try to go faster. It would have been faster if Damien actually had some sense of time today.
Yeah, I was late today.
So, but anyway, if y'all want us to tackle any subject, I want to do the forgive stuff as a follow up of what we did last week. Damien had some great points, and listen. I think what we both were saying makes sense. And I think as far as like what Damien would say, you should let it go. You can't let it eat away at you. You can't be bitter and anger out here. I personally feel, and even though I agree with that, I personally feel like you shouldn't just be out here just throwing it out there, forgiving people who ain't asking. Because like I said, somebody continuously do stuff to you. That's not even your brother. That's your enemy. You know, and nowhere out here forgiving your enemies.
And with that being said, I agree with Derek said. Don't be out here doing stuff and don't think you don't have to apologize, because you should be apologizing. And don't go up to and don't give me no half-hearted apology. Mean your apology. And if somebody telling you that you did something, if that offended them, don't say if, because they already told. There's no if to it.
Yeah, I hate.
They are telling you you've already done it. Now, if you're not going to apologize, then don't apologize. But don't say, well, I don't know why you upset. I've already told you why I'm upset. So we move on. So I'm agreeing with Derek with that too. What y'all think about the four? Oh, Derek, let's talk about that real quick. Because that came out today.
About that, yeah. Okay, real quick, go.
Yeah, that came out today. Wait, Derek. Look, let me say this. I'm gonna say this, and y'all can be mad at me if y'all want to. When this came out, I just knew Glenn Robinson was gonna be involved. I don't know why it just hit me that Glenn Robinson was gonna be in that.
Was he involved?
Yes.
No,
Yes. Glenn Robinson is one of the ones that got arrested.
Glenn Big Baby Davis.
No, I thought Glenn. Oh, let me look again.
No, it's that's Baby. No, they ain't Glenn Robinson.
Okay, maybe it was. All right, I'm sorry then. I'm sorry, because I thought Glenn Robinson. What are you doing?
Big baby going up. They gonna treat him like a baby in jail, though. They gonna be like, come here, baby. Let me show you. Let me see. Let me show you. Let me show you.
Yeah, because I said, dude, I'm so tired of these folks. But you know what? They've been doing this forever.
Yeah, and it ain't just in basketball; it's football too.
Yeah, they've been doing this forever. They constantly put these charges. You're right. It's Glenn Davis. They constantly put these things, and it's nothing but
Jamario, Darius Miles is on there. Shannon Brown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's a lady up in there
And
too,
so,
Desiree something.
yeah, they got.
She
But they, yeah, because they did it in football. Because Clinton Portis got caught
for this.
in
He's
football.
nobody care about the other guys. Back and road.
Yeah,
But
so
why would you be so stupid? Like, you know,
Ruben Patterson.
yeah, Ruben Patterson. Man, he used to play for the Blazers.
Yep.
Yeah, that why would you be so stupid? You know, I mean, insurance companies, they actually do go at people. You know what I'm saying? They look at those records because first of all, they don't want to pay you anyway. It's kind of crazy how they want to take your money every paycheck or every month, and then when you really need them, they find reasons not to pay. You know, to take care of you after they taking your money. So every claim that you make, you better believe they're gonna be looking to see to see if it add up. And so now, oh God.
And they what?
No, I'm just saying they about to go to
jail. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. If you're asking me that you have a transgender woman and they're all part, and I'm not transgender. Look, transgender. I sound like saying something about transgender. Yeah, but you have insurance, and they're putting money, and you're making these claims. They don't just write blank checks.
Oh,
they don't just write blank checks. They're going to, and you see this, and this is the thing. They weren't just putting in one; they were putting in claim after claim after claim after claim. They were like, "Hold on, why we keep giving all these people this money?" And so they did the research, and this is why. If you claim the PPP loan and you thinking, "Hey, I got free money," they are coming. They don't just give out money. They will do the research. And I say this because I have some cousins. It's gonna be a sad day when they call and say, "Man, they came after me." I know. Because this thing.
Bye, y'all.
But this thing, yeah, I'm telling you, they don't just give y'all free. Dude, they not just giving y'all the insurance. These insurance dudes, they just give y'all some money, fool. They want their money. And see, now you have to pay restitution because now you got to go to jail. You go get a hefty fine, and you got to pay restitution.
Yeah. And this is where Damien's legal expertise come in, where something that I'm ignorant to. But one thing I do know, you don't mess with the insurance companies. You just do not. They don't play, dude. Insurance fraud, they get you every time. And they was getting some stuff and they was just dumb. And here's Damien. You ready for it? Ready? Oh, yeah. You know, found one of them because the letterhead that they used was jacked up and it had misspelled words. You can't make this up, Damien.
See what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something. What? So
make this up,
dude. This is the thing. You asked me. This is how it works. And see this. Let me tell you how insurance fraud works for those that don't know how it happens. So now, remember how Derek gave you all the scenario earlier? If I wreck his car, this is how insurance fraud works. I get an accident in Derek's car. Derek's accident really only cost. I might have dented the rim, so it might only cost maybe $100, $200. But what Derek does is Derek goes,
not on that car.
But I'm just saying $200. Just say it costs about $200. Derek makes the claim. Derek goes to his friend now they put in at this because I've done $3,000 worth of damage. And they put that with the insurance company. The insurance company cuts a check for $3,000. It goes to the company, and what they do is then they get a piece, and then that person gets a piece.
Gets the rest,
So they get the rest.
Like it only 100. They say, "Hey, I'll give you 500, and then I still get the 25s." You see what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what they were doing with their insurance fraud. They were putting in for stuff they never got. They were making claims to the insurance company, and the insurance company writing these checks. So what ends up happening now is, now if they got caught, they've been arrested. They had to bond themselves out. They're fined from the court. because the court has a fine that goes with that. That fine is not the restitution that's going to go to the insurance company. The insurance company they go for their money. And the thing is, it goes to make them whole. And the problem that you run into, and this is why it's never good to get sued, because now I can sue you and I could do for compensatory damages and interest. Because now I get to sue you because this has been 2 years. I gave you that $1 million in 2019. I get to go and get interest on that $1 million. You got to pay me all that back, and you get all that you got to pay on top of what you got. So they're in a whole world of trouble because a lot of these players that they have on here, they are not wealthy men. I don't care. You say, well, they play the NBA. A lot of these guys don't have money like that.
They don't make it like that. Yeah, they don't make it like that. After they finish paying they agents and all this other stuff, and then Uncle Sam, they not pulling that money like you think they are, man. They ain't pulling that kind of money. I know for a fact. Like, again, we know people that played in the NBA. They'll tell you firsthand. I mean, like, some of them doing okay, but I run into a lot of them at the airport, and trust me, they ain't rolling like you think they are. I mean, they making more than us, but some of them, after that season over and they didn't play basketball no more, they, like Big Baby Davis, he bagging groceries at Piggly Wiggly. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So that, well, he gonna be definitely, and that's what I'm saying. This doesn't help them either. You think you was broke before, now you really finna be toe up.
Yeah,
you get up in jail and they gonna be like, "You got any money, boy? You know, oh, you got something else you want."
Yeah, and that's why they run into a problem. And no, Tony, they don't have any money left, and that's why I'm saying they have, because everybody's trying to get over, and they just don't have it. And so these people have, like you said, they have costs. You have your agent costs. You have to pay taxes. And a lot of places actually pay taxes not just on what you make they have to pay taxes at their home, but they have to pay taxes in these other areas they go to. So right. It's just you're right. And Darius Miles, his podcast was taken off, but the problem is, even with the podcast, they're so used to living a certain lifestyle, they will do everything they can to continue it. And they're just doing some dumb.
Wait. What do you mean they took his podcast off?
No, it was taking it off. It was starting to blow up.
Oh,
it was starting to blow up. Yeah, it was starting to blow up. That's why he said he was more shocked, because his podcast was starting to blow up. But he just, they don't understand. See, a lot of these players have never been told no. A lot of these NBA players in their whole life never been told no.
You remember, I think you said Darius Miles, he came straight out of high school, so he used to being told no.
Right, they've never been told no. So they're at a point now they've never been told no. So they're living the lifestyle of I can do whatever I want to do. But now you're at a point now that you're trying to figure it out, and you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck. And now, and there's 18 of them. And let me tell you this. I'm gonna say this again, y'all here don't make it make sense. If y'all think it's just gonna be 18, this is about to go up.
R. Kelly situation where they're gonna go up. They're gonna be on there like talking like a canary, man. They're gonna be like, yeah,
I know who else gets some. You know what? Hey, I shipped to my house. That's what it is.
If we carving off some years, of course.
Yeah, they telling it. They telling it.
On some years, listen. I'm gonna be up in there. Right. He did it too, and he did it too. Seems like you petty.
I'm telling it.
I'm telling you. Our people need to get taught wealth management. I agree, but they had the wealth and they didn't know how to manage it. But it's always say it's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Wealthy would be here with your grandchildren. Like LeBron's wealthy. Big Baby Davis, he was just rich at one point, but he probably spent all of his on Raising Cane's. He probably had all that money on Raising Cane's and Burger King. So ain't no telling what happened with him. Big Baby, wasn't he in the 3-on-3 league anyway? I think he was in the 3-on-3 league, and honestly, after that, it's really nothing left, no money left after that. So these people, they need to learn management, wealth management, but really, Tony, they need to learn common sense, something they do not have. They don't have common sense, and that's why they are where they are. And that's and because of that, they're gonna be at home bagging groceries. And well, for right now, and then they're gonna be bagging groceries for Big Leroy and Big Bubba. Big Bubba gonna be like, "Hey, come here, let me show you what I got for you."
I need all that. That's hey, and if that pause was in there like that, that pause was intended. I need all that. So a lot of was a big thing, right? So a lot of it was, and so there is no way. And that's the thing. Is Tony, you asked how can we fix it? There's no way to really fix it. Well, there is a way to fix it. You have to understand that just because and a lot of these players were given money and they were not prepared to have money. They need to have classes where they understand what to do, and that's what the best ones do. Like, as much as we talk about LeBron James, I have to give him credit. He learned what to do with his money.
That's because he had the best people around him.
Yes,
and that's what how we fix it. You need to get the people around you that know what they're doing. People that you can trust, people that build up a reputation of being people you can trust, and then they can help you. Like, I know some of these people, we especially Black people, we're not used to that kind of wealth. Well, not many people are used to that kind of wealth. Only like 1% people, and so you really thinking about 1% of people, right? That's making this kind of money. But if I'm making this kind of money, I want to keep this kind of money. You just need to be smart enough to get people. If you don't know money, and everybody's not mathematicians, they don't understand math. So you should probably try to get up with these people that know math and can help you build your portfolio. So when you are done with the game and the game is done with you, and you don't have the communication skills to be a sports telecaster or sports whatever to be on TV, you don't have that kind of talent. And you don't have the charisma to build up a podcast or anything like that to make any money, then you need to find some other things to do outside of opening up a restaurant.
Right. And what you have to understand, though, Derek, I'm sorry. And what you have to understand is what he did. And you're right. He had the best people around him. But what he also did was he didn't just give money and just hand it out to his friends. He made his friends get a skill. Rich Paul, he had him learn how to be an agent. Wild Wild West, he had him learn how to be a production. So he had these people get skills, and they were able to build off of their skills. And so they had him in that corner, but they built. Rich Paul is wealthy now, independent of LeBron James. He has clients beside LeBron James, not his only client. If you look at some of the most powerful people in the NBA, Rich Paul is their Clutch Sports is Rich Paul, and Rich Paul is their agent. Rich Paul has Anthony Davis on his team. He got LeBron James. He has Lonzo Ball. If you go and look who all he represents, he has some powerful people. So when you get money, and like you said, we also need to learn taxation. When you get money, don't just hand people money out. Help them learn how to use the money.
That's what MC Hammer should have done.
Yeah.
Instead of all those people just leech off of him, he should have had them learn a trade. No, I'm not giving you nothing, but what I will pay for you to learn how to help me build my empire, and you can be part of it. And so you can get your cut because you earned it, and I can still grow my business as opposed to be just being the milk well that's going to eventually run dry. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'll give it to LeBron. He was smart than a mug, man. He found the way, found the system, and it works for him. Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, all of those people. Scottie Pippen didn't do it. That's why he's trying to write books that's flopping. You know, you got Kobe Bryant was on his way. He was doing it.
Yeah.
All these other people that was saying when the game was done with me, I'm going to make more money. I'm going to find a way to make money. And I'm going to put this money away. You got football players, when I be watching these Hard Knocks videos and sports shows, they be pulling up in these vehicles and they be busting. They be like, why you pull up in that? You want to know why? Because when I'm done, I'm going to have all this money to build wealth. Because really, it ain't about being rich. It's about being wealthy. And most of us will never attain that. Let's just be real. Most people won't attain it. But for those of us who do, it's important that you know what to do when you got it. And and let me say this, Damien, and I know this wasn't part of where we was going. Stop listening to these people telling you can do it. No, you can't. It's only made for 1% of the population to have that kind of money. Now you could be successful, but success should never be predicated on how much you got in your bank account. It's predicated on if you feel like you're being fulfilled with what you're doing. I may not make a whole lot of money doing IT or doing the work that I do, but I feel fulfilled. I have a career. I love doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. Now, if I can become wealthy doing it, then it's a plus. But I'm not, my success is not predicated on how much money I make, because I'm real. Only 10% of all Americans make over $100,000 a year, and only 4% of that make over 150. And we just established the 1% that's making the upper six figures and over. You see what I'm saying? So being real, being able to handle your money when you rich, you could easily find your way in the 1% to the 74% real quick.
Yeah.
So
it's easier to go from 1% to 74% than go from 74% to 1%. And so once you get there, and once you get in there 1% though, and that's the part people don't realize, it's so much to maintain. And so, like, people say, "Well, man, I'm gonna go buy the best car." No, I don't need to buy that. I'm good.
No, I said all that to say because I hear it all the time, Damien. Every time somebody do something online or somebody say something, well, they got money, you don't. What that doesn't make them a better person to me. It means they have more money than me. The money is not everything. And we sometimes make money everything. And yes, we should learn better about our finances. But part of us learning about our finances is pretty much keeping our finances in the same neighborhood we in.
Right.
And that's the thing, Black people who never learn. That's why our areas are dilapidated. And we could have a whole segment on why that is. But at the very end of the day, not many of us are going to be rich. Majority of us going to fall right in that middle class. Is set up to be that way, and it's up to you to be accepting of that and do the best you can. Like I said, if I'm rich and I'm miserable, I'm alone. I got you know what I'm saying? I'm miserable. I got a dog. I'm about to die alone. You know what I'm saying? If that's the level of success, but I got money, that ain't success. If I'm happy, I got children, or I got a wife that loves me. Man, I've got, we love each other, and the night on you may be going out to Las Vegas and drinking your life away. But a night for us might be me looking into her eyes and kissing her while we watch a movie. That's still good. And sometimes you got to be okay with that. You shouldn't think about money.
Right. And the thing is, you say, well, and I tell people all the time, money don't make happiness. Because I say, I promise you, you're starting to hear more where wealthy people are killing themselves. They have money, but they just what happened. Derek, I'm going to send you a clip, and we because it's going to be a segment of does money really make happiness? It's a clip, and I challenge everyone if you get a chance to go on YouTube. I was watching Mork and Mindy. You remember that show, Mork and Mindy, Derek?
Oh, I agree, Tony.
Yeah, you remember that show, Mork and Mindy, and so. It was an episode where Mork was played by Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, and Mork met Robin. It's called Mork Meets Robin Williams, and he's having a conversation with him. And when you hear it, and knowing what we know now, you can hear the sadness in his voice. As silly as he was. They asked him, said, why do you do this? Why? He said, it seems like you can't be yourself. He said, and you don't have time for yourself. And he said, maybe that's the last thing I want is time for myself.
Whoa.
And so he said that. Now he said that. And now to know what I know now, when I heard it, I said, wow, he was telling you back then what he was going through and we didn't listen. Because we assume having money is happiness, and it's not. These men that we see, these 18 that got arrested, they're telling you that they have a problem. And now they're going to go to now they have a bigger problem.
And if I was them, I would invest in it's a stock that's growing over the last few weeks that could probably help them get some more money, Damien. It's a stock. I mean, people buy stock in tech, pork bellies, gold, or whatever. But there's been a stock growing up that people that's higher than Bitcoin. Guess what it is?
What is
Cake jelly.
It make it smooth and easy. They're gonna have a problem.
There's a lot of people about to be joining you up in there, dude. I'm just saying it's about to be one. For real. You invest heavily in that. Matter of fact, where my phone at? Oh, it's right here. I need to go to my accounts right now and transfer some of that over there.
They're about to give it all up.
Run amok on them. It's going to be one, y'all. So, but for real, we joking, but it's unfortunate that people, I know, go to sleep, but it's unfortunate that people that are rich and we see them driving because they love to flex. That's one thing, we love to flex. We've got those cars and everything, and then you see them go broke like your boy Allen Iverson. Same thing. I mean, even though I never think he was broke, but remember, I told you. Let me say this: when I was just a working musician playing gospel music, I'm transparent about what I went through because I don't want people to think that just because I play gospel music that I get paid a whole lot of money. I don't. I really, really didn't. I lived a low. One guy, he does his lives. He always say air mattress. I didn't have an air mattress, but I wasn't proud where I was. I wasn't. And I worked my butt off running up and down the road, playing for everybody. And I never really made that much money. But it wasn't until I started going to school, Damien. You know what I'm saying? I went to school and I tried to do better. And I think that at the end of the day, that's what you really want. And it's unfortunate to see these rich people that end up jacked up.
Yeah.
And it's your fault. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming Tony. I'm blaming Isaac. I'm blaming everybody.
Well, that's the thing about Allen Iverson. You said something about Allen Iverson, and I need to fix that.
He was rich, but I don't think he was as broke as people say he was.
This is the funny thing about Allen Iverson. This is the thing that nobody talk about. Allen Iverson set himself up. This is what he did. This is what he did that was the smartest thing ever. He set himself up that at a certain age, he was going to get the rest of his money. So what I'm saying to you is this: when he said, "When I hit 50, I get this many millions, this many millions, this money he put up, he couldn't touch." So then, no matter what he did, he always had this on the side. Right. So Allen Iverson never was broke per se, but what we call broke, he was set up. He set himself up. He prepared himself. He said, "Because I'm too young for you to give me all this money, I need to set up so when I get older, I have money. Because I'll blow through this at this age." But he set himself up that when he got older, he would have money. So now Allen Iverson starting to get the money that he had put aside. So Allen Iverson still has money. Allen Iverson, if you go look at Allen Iverson, if you look at his net worth from in Ford to now, Allen Iverson, you'll see it went up because he's now accessing the money that he put away for himself. Well, and that takes discipline.
It sure do not.
That takes discipline to put yourself up to know.
I'm the kind of person I probably would do that, but you better believe if I ever got a shock of wealth, I definitely would do something for myself. I ain't even lie, but I just wouldn't be reckless. You know what I mean? I would probably get some stuff that I really want. Right. But anyway, yeah. So it was, man, that ended up being a good conversation. But anyway, we well over our time. I usually try to get this thing done, dang it. Yeah. But anyway, try to meet me either not tomorrow, Saturday and around, I'll say I get it going around 3-ish. I'm gonna probably go live, and I'm gonna do a bass tutorial on the single we just released. So Saturday and around 4 Central Time. So spread the word. I'll be doing a bass tutorial. I'll be doing it here on YouTube about I'm gonna show you how I approached the last single that we did, and I'm gonna hopefully help somebody that's a bass player that's trying to aspire to play gospel music. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna try to help you best way as I can. So be tuned here Saturday at 4. Damien, you got anything you want to say?
No, good show. Good show, guys. Hey, in the chat, I want to hear, for those that's coming on late, tell me who you got. I want to know who all you got. Fury or Wilder. For to the fight Saturday. That's all I want to know. Fury or Wilder. That's
Yeah.
all.
I definitely want to know that. Now, at 4, I'm doing that. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to show a couple of things Saturday at 4 o'clock Central. 4 o'clock Central. I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to get ready for this fight because I just think it's going to. I want to be there. Damian, I'm mad at you. You playing like you ain't gonna come in. You ain't gonna come and break bread with your bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I gotta see because I don't know what all I got because it's our anniversary. It's our anniversary time for the church
anniversary. So.
Yeah, church anniversary. So I gotta see what we got going.
Are you gonna shout? You gonna shout?
I might. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. Look, Wilder because he said it. Look, y'all need to stop.
Wow, win that one, Damian tripping, y'all. Anyway, we enjoy having y'all. Thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere, but you here with us. I'm gonna leave this up. Hey, please like and share. Please like and share so other people can see the content and we can expand this thing and go to a higher height with it. So make it make sense. We're signing off. It's my boy Damian. It's your boy D. Take care.
All right, see y'all later.